But I think that's the other important thing too, is to just start it. You don't have to be polished or perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I tell that because I have so many friends that are touring and that are kind of going through the same burnout I did of I'm touring. It's great when I'm making a lot of money, but when I'm making a lot of money, I'm gone all the time. And then when I'm not making a lot of money, it's great because I'm home, but then I'm not making any money. So it's this weird catch-22, and anyone that's gone through a season of my gig is great, my gig is terrible, my gig is great, has thought, man, I gotta have something else in there. What if and there's always this, what if I started insert literally whatever, podcast? What if I started a YouTube channel? What if I started a website? What if I started making the candles that I've always wanted to make, like whatever. Right. And it only, for so many of my friends, it only ever stays in the what if I phase. Yep. And it's such a bummer because I think, one, it's, they think when they're bored and they don't have work or whatever, they think, what if I did this thing? And then they get busy again and then they don't think about it again or whatever. But a lot of my friends are in that what if phase because they're like, what if I started a drum YouTube channel, and then they go on YouTube and they think, oh my gosh, but Steven Taylor and Mike Johnson and the Orlando drummer and Drumeo, and they think all these people have better channels than me, so what if I didn't do that because I'd never be able to do what they're doing?
That's right.
And that's pointless.
Sure.
Because who cares? Like, who cares if, And that's happening on Instagram. Like, I think that, again, the internet is amazing for what we've already talked about, but it's also really harmful when it just becomes this cycle of, I want to feel good about myself, so I need to get more likes. Or I want to go do this, I want to go start this thing or whatever, and then you go on Instagram and think, oh, this person's already doing it, and it looks amazing on Instagram and whatever. Like, and that's what I try to tell people all the time. If you see a video I post of a transcription and think, oh my gosh, like how in the world did he do that? This is so amazing. And I don't think everyone thinks that, but I was just talking to someone yesterday. I was like, man, how did you transcribe this thing? It's so amazing. It's like 7 minutes long. And I was like, thank you. That's a huge compliment. But remember, 10 years ago, I was sitting there wanting to like rip my hair out because I couldn't figure out one beat of one measure.
Right. Amazing. Yeah.
So it's really about everyone who starts something is terrible at it.
Right.
Or at least aspects of it. And that's why I'm keep all my YouTube stuff up. There's some of the YouTube stuff I have from way back when is awful. It is so awful.
Sure.
And it's literally painful for me to like watch it now.
I hear you. Yeah.
But it happened.
Right.
It was there.
That's right.
And I'm still the same person as I was then. I just learned a lot about lighting and video and and so everyone starts somewhere if they start. But if you never start, and I think that so many people are paralyzed by looking at other people and thinking they have it more together. And whether they do or not, because the other thing is like on Instagram, it might look great, but I think there are a lot of people who have huge YouTube followings and everybody thinks, man, I'm sure they're like making a good living off of that. And so many people struggle at monetizing YouTube.
Right. Yes.
And Instagram.
Sure.
People automatically assume they have 250,000 followers. They're rich.
Right.
And it's like, I probably would almost bet that 97% of people that have 50,000 followers can't make a dime from them.
Right.
Because getting followers and getting customers are two different. There's some overlap, but not much.
two very different things, right? Two different
Absolutely.
things. Yeah, so that's a great lesson of just start things, and we all evolve. We all have to start somewhere, but the music evolves. If the second doctor showed up and said, well, there's already somebody doing it, I can't do it. If the second doctor said no, we just have one doctor, right? We need more than one, right?
Yeah, and there is a unique if you approach it correctly, like everybody is unique.
Yeah.
You don't like the same drummers I like. We might have some overlap.
Yep.
But there's one drummer I like and one drummer you like that we've never seen the other one. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
And it's true in everything. Like the way that you gravitate toward editing video is probably different than me because we're two different people.
Right.
There's not one that's better than the other.
Right.
I mean, there are some, there are ways to edit video that's really poor.
Sure.
But that's true for everything, though. So people might love Drumeo because Drumeo is amazing at what they do. Their videos look amazing. They bring in amazing guests,
Yeah.
But they might be intimidated by, and that's not Drumeo's intention, I don't think. But,
Sure.
They might look at all that stuff and say, I don't know, like this person's just too good at drums.
Mhm. Right.
But they stumble across, your YouTube channel and, you're someone who just started playing drums 6 months ago.
Right.
And they think, oh, he's posting videos and look, he just learned this fill and he's only been playing for 6 months. Like I can do that if he can do it.
That's right.
And Drumeo and this tiny channel that just started that is a drummer that's 6 months into playing.
Right.
One isn't better than the other, but they can accomplish two different things. And I think that that's what people miss out on is you're not starting a YouTube channel to become better than everyone else or whatever. If you're starting a YouTube channel, the way I look at it is I have something to contribute that is built off of the experiences I have had as a touring musician who also went to music school, who also learned how to read music and transcribes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not everybody's story.
Right.
So there's got to be something in there that someone can hopefully benefit from.